In this second chapter, we will see together how to evaluate the target. Your target is the girl you are going to approach, the girl you see coming in front of you. Whether you like it or not is not the point. The point of this is to make yourself adaptable. It's about being ready to approach all girls, from all walks of life in all situations. When you learn seduction, the goal is not just to fuck with all the girls but to be ready, to give it your all, the day you meet the one you really like. You can practice on any girl you meet on the street, any age, any size, just try as much as you can. How do you evaluate your target? This is an important question because a huge part of your approach will depend on the analysis you make before approaching her. This is what we call prejudice, the fact of judging before knowing more. Prejudice is not necessarily a negative thing. That is to say that the girl you see coming from 10 meters away, you already have the time to scan her and to get an idea of who she is, what brand she wears, where she went to school, how much she earns. All this information will go straight into your brain, and you may be wrong. But that's okay. The girl in front of you will have the exact same prejudices. She sees you coming and may have an idea about you based on what you're wearing, or how you walk. So, you will make mistakes, but with time your judgment will become more refined and relevant. The most important quality that you will develop while flirting in the street is your sense of observation and your sense of adaptation. Two things. The sense of observation is what will allow you not to make a mistake on the first approach. The sense of adaptation, on the other hand, will allow you to adjust your tactics if you are mistaken on your first impression. Over time, a failed observation will allow you to adapt successfully. Obviously, if your observation is successful, you will not need to adapt. It will be up to you to collect as much information as possible about your target. But you are probably wondering, what are the parameters for evaluating the target? When we see a girl coming in front of us, we see how she is, we see how she is dressed, if she has expensive clothes on. We will look at her walking speed too. Does she walk very fast, is she in a hurry or not, and this will weigh on your right to make a mistake. Concretely, if a girl is in a hurry, if she walks very fast, then you are not allowed to make mistakes. You have to catch her eye very quickly and talk to her directly. If you don't make it past the first sentence, it's over for you. She's already 5 meters behind you when you crossed paths. Is she receptive or not? This is the second point. Is she on the phone? If a girl is on the phone, you don't necessarily go and disturb her. It is not a very polite thing to disturb a girl who is on the phone. Does she have her headphones on? This is a strategy of the girls. They are tired of being approached all the time, and sometimes they even stare at the ground. It becomes very complicated to make eye contact, which is your first contact with the girl. If you don't manage to meet her eyes, it will be very complicated to stop her by shouting at her, "Ma'am, hey, hi miss." If she doesn't look at you, it's going to be very complicated. All these parameters will influence her receptivity state. There are sociological questions to ask. When I say sociological, it is obviously that you will have to judge very quickly the person you have in front of you. Is she a student? Is she a working girl? How old is she? What neighborhood does she live in? What is her style of dress? Is she a goth? Does she skateboard? Is she a Michelle Obama or an Amber Rose? Is she a gold digger or a normal girl for you? Does she suit you? Does she look a bit like your exes? Is she a middle-class girl from the upper class, for example? Is she a girl who has more of an insurance or banking profile, or is she more of a hairdresser, a saleswoman? All this will be up to you to guess very quickly, and you will be wrong. It's normal, they are prejudices, we all have them, and that's what will allow you to make conversation quickly. Once you have these preconceptions, once you have assessed your target, you can put an opener or a catchphrase. So first you assess, then you approach.